Hello YouTube, and welcome to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to be exploring and talking quite a bit about this Kuretake fluid graphite high viscosity material. So if you'd like to learn more about what's in this bottle and what high viscosity material is all about, please stay tuned. Okay, so I've had this bottle of high viscosity material for a few years now in my possession. I picked up this bottle of fluid graphite off of Amazon, and when I bought it, it was about $22, and it's still about the same price, though I've seen it for as high as like 26, I think. So, you know, shop it around. Anyway, I was really intrigued by this fluid graphite. And this was a few years ago when also the Graphitint from Derwent was coming out. And I had purchased the pan set, and I really have enjoyed them and liked them and enjoyed them, as you can see. And I also do have the pencils and have enjoyed them as well. However, this liquid graphite is just pure fluid graphite. You can use it straight up, just paint with it, or you can mix it in with your other watercolors. Sorry for the crusties. My bottle is well loved and used. So I've had this, like I said, for a few years, and I don't know if you can see in there. It's pretty dark. But it's not as fluid as I thought it would be. It's kind of this kind of thicker material. You can see that. It's like a thicker material. And I think it's basically just graphite in gum arabic is kind of what I'm thinking this is. Or whatever the Kuretake binder is. It's a water-based pigment. And like I said, it's a lot of fun to play with. So you can paint with it straight up, or you can mix it in with your paints. Recently, I did a video talking about my Rosa Gallery classic plastic case, and I was talking about how much I enjoy mixing in the fluid graphite with the other colors to create like my own Graphitint. And I asked if anyone wanted to see a video, and you did. So I'm really excited. Here we are making this video. So yeah, this fluid graphite is a lot of fun to experiment with. So I have some out here on my palette, and you can use this either alone, like I said, or you can mix it in with your other watercolors. And I find this product to be so versatile. I do want to swatch out just the regular graphite here so that you can see what it looks like on its own, because I'm going to mostly be mixing in with colors today. But it does re-wet very easily, so you can put this out on your palette and it re-wets like nothing, like watercolor. You're not going to waste it. So I'll swatch out just some of this is the straight graphite. I mean, there might be a little bit of paint in there, but I think not. I think there's just the straight graphite. And I really think that the fluid graphite is really pretty because it's not as chunky as it's granulated finer than the Graphitint graphite. So I will show you some swatches for comparison real quick, and then we'll get painting. This is the graphite. These are the Graphitint pans that I swatched out. And you'll see here that the granules of the graphite are like a larger larger granule than in the Kuretake. You'll be able to see that when they dry down. So this card is the liquid graphite mixed actually with the Paul Rubens neon color paints, and I think it's just stunning. And you can see like it granulates a little bit, but for me it just granulates the right amount. The Graphitint are very pretty to me, but I feel like they granulate in a much chunkier way, if that makes sense. I don't know. Let me show you in my swatch book. So here I have these are the Graphitint pencils swatched out, and then next to them I have the Graphitint pans swatched out. So, and you can see the graphite is like larger, and it's pretty. It's definitely pretty. But I found that when I'm actually painting with it and doing a piece of artwork with the Graphitint alone, I've had a hard time getting an art piece that I'm happy with just with the Graphitint alone. I feel like even with the Graphitint pans and pencils, I feel like together they're just the same tone, too much of the same tone, and it's really hard for me to get a variation in color and mood. And so I just haven't been wholly happy with the effects that I've been able to get with it. By contrast, I've been really happy with the Kuretake fluid graphite and adding those in. Here I have the Rosa set just on its own swatched out here, and then I have it mixed in with the graphite on my right. So you can see how it just alters things and warms things up just a little bit, kind of side by side. So what I've done is I've taken the Rosa Gallery Classic set, and it's pure self here, and then this is mixed with the Kuretake graphite. So you can see what it does to all of the colors and how it changes them just a bit. And I thought it was really interesting when I was actually swatching each color out and mixing each color out. It was very evident to see which colors mixed with what equated to the Graphitint colors. For instance, this is totally meadow. Yellow and graphite is going to totally be your meadow color. Here's meadow. And then here's just the regular Graphitint swatched out. So you can kind of see them side by side. And yeah. So now I want to paint a little bit and you can see how they actually perform and what they look like. All right, so I've got some Canson XL watercolor paper with some leaf doodles that I have sketched out here with my Derwent water-soluble sketching pencil, just some different doodles that I want to paint. And I'm going to start by using some plain graphite, just painting with plain graphite before I mix it in with some fire red, I think it's, or plain red, pure red, that's in my classic case in my watercolors from Rosa. And I'm really able to get a lot of variations here, and that's what I want to show you with this leaf. And these also layer really, really well. And I like them a lot because with the graphitint seems to really transfer onto other things, whereas when I use the fluid graphite and mix it in, it doesn't. Here I mixed in the fluid graphite with some raw sienna that gave me this russet effect, and then I went in wet on wet with a Graphitint pencil. I'm next going to work on a eucalyptus leaf here, and I used emerald, it's just straight veridian, and I mixed it in with some of the plain graphite to get some variations. But for this leaf, I wanted to get like a yellow leaf. So I started with some yellow, but I didn't want it to get green. So I added just a little bit of the graphite there and got the effect that I was looking for, but I did really want to play up with the graphite as well. So I decided to drop some pure graphite into the wet leaf, which you will see happen here in a minute, and I was really happy with the results. And the graphite seemed to really just push away the pigment and shine in this leaf. I absolutely love the way it came out. I'll let this dry and you'll be able to see it in a second when it's dry, and it will be a second because the next leaf goes by very, very quickly. Sorry about that. I outlined it with a Graphitint pencil and then filled it in. I got lost in this fern here, as you can see. I got just carried away with drawing all the little leaves. It was really meditative, and I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed drawing it, and I enjoyed painting it as well and getting all the different variations. Finally, for the last leaf, though, I wanted to push my mixing limit again, and I wanted an orange leaf. We're right upon fall, and at least up here in Oregon, and so I wanted to try and mix an orange. And again, graphite, black, and orange are going to give you browns, so I wanted to be real conservative with the graphite here, and I was able to achieve the color that or the effect that I was hoping to get. here with this orange. And then again with this leaf, I took a Graphitint pencil and added some leaves. What I did notice is that adding leaves, or excuse me, veins into wet is a beautiful effect. However, start where you want your line the thinnest and finish where you want it the thickest. I found that important when I was doing the veins on this leaf because as quick as I did these motions, it still left quite a bit of pigment that made it thicker. And I love it, but you just want that point to be, that thicker point to be deliberately where you want it sometimes. This last leaf, I'm going in, it's dry, I'm going in with a Graphitint pencil, again, to add some shading, and I just display how well these work together and all the different effects you can get. Finally, I'm going back to this first leaf as promised to show you how well they layer together. And you can see the variations, and hopefully in this video, you've just been able to get an idea of all the different things, some of the many different things that you can do with this Kuretake fluid graphite. The possibilities are truly endless. And if you found some value from this video, I would really appreciate it if you take the time to give it a thumbs up. This is a new channel, so I really appreciate you taking some time with me today. I usually try to upload on Wednesdays, but it was a really busy week, and I'm grateful that I was able to find some time in between my busyness to create this little piece, paint and play, and create this video as well. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your time with me today. And until next time, everybody, please take good care. Bye.